Buckle up, classic car enthusiasts, and drive headfirst into the glitzy, not-so-gritty world of chasing classic cars, in which the drama is about as manufactured as a Model T on an assembly line. But wait, turns out even Wayne Carini's garage isn't immune to a little scandal. Join us as we roll under the hood to uncover the lawsuit that tried to dent Wayne's polished reputation. Is it just a scratch or a full-on collision? Tune in to find out. Motor Trend's Chasing Classic Cars is a show hard to ignore if you're a fan of the automotive classics. With Wayne Carini as its lead, the show premiered 17 seasons, the latest in 2021, and is known worldwide, inevitably turning many into old car lovers. While Chasing Classic Cars keeps itself away from drama plots and controversies, it's a different story for Wayne's F40 Motorsports, as in recent years the business was caught in the lawsuit involving a classic car worth many thousands of dollars, and which threatened Wayne's reputation as a dealer. On top of that, the rise of negative comments against his business has also put Wayne at the center of controversy. So what's the truth about Wayne Carini's lawsuit? How did it affect his business and net worth? What about the other issues he's been involved in? Stay here to find out. To explain the lawsuit involving Wayne Carini and his businesses F40 Motorsports and Carini Carozzeria, we have to go back to 2010. Back then, an Australian car collector named Robert Richmond contacted the American-based car restorer Gary Dixo to purchase, restore, and ship a Pierce Arrow that he had seen in the US. The deal went well, eventually resulting in the purchase of the aforementioned car for $98,000. However, by the time Dixo filed for bankruptcy in 2016, his business relationship with Richmond had already gone downhill, and the latter still didn't have the Pierce Arrow in his possession. For some reason, in 2017, Dixo contacted a company called Gullwing Motors, Inc. to sell the Pierce Arrow without the permission or knowledge of Richmond. Gullwing contacted Wayne Carini to estimate the car's price, which turned out to be $120,000 at most. Not long after the company bought the car from Dixo, Carini also became interested in the Pierce Arrow, buying it from Gullwing for $110,000. Throughout the process, Dixo obtained a certification of ownership, which he later transferred to Gullwing and then to Wayne. Not long after Wayne Carini purchased the Pierce Arrow, a company named RM Auctions Inc. grew interested in the car too. Despite Wayne's intent to not sell the car by increasing its price to $250,000, RM Auctions owner surprisingly accepted the offer and purchased the car from him. Not long afterwards, RM Auctions sold the car for $275,000 to a client. However, things went south when Dixo told Richmond about the sale of the Pierce Arrow, leading the collector to contact the person who currently had the car, claiming his ownership of it. That person returned the car to RM Auctions, which agreed alongside Wayne and Gullwing to return the money, allowing for the restoration work that the client had already spent on the car. Nonetheless, Richmond was still unable to retrieve the car from F40 Motorsports, which was still the title holder of the car and had stored it, according to court papers. In the end, Richmond sued Wayne's businesses F40 Motorsports and Carini Carozzeria, and also Gullwing Motors to reclaim his ownership of the Pierce Arrow, which was granted in June 2020. According to the judge, Dixo had acted in virtue of embezzlement, but everyone else had acted in good faith. It's safe to say that the ordeal regarding the Pierce Arrow purchased and later sold by Wayne Carini through F40 Motorsports affected his net worth. Following Robert Richmond's discovery that his former associate Gary Dixo had sold his car without permission, the client who had purchased the Pierce Arrow from RM Auctions asked not only for the reimbursement of the $275,000 they'd paid to purchase the car, but also the money they'd recently spent in restoring it. Those restoration costs were reimbursed by Wayne, RM Auctions, and Gullwing Motors. So it's clear that all parties spent extra money and a considerable amount of time on the deal. Besides that, Wayne Carini and the rest of the parties sued surely had to pay court costs, though the amount it cost each of them is unclear. The aforementioned lawsuit wasn't the first time that Wayne had been involved in some type of controversy. In 2011, a user named Joe312D from the Lamborghini Talk forum accused Wayne of bad business practices over the purchase of a 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo. According to this user, the car he bought was advertised as including a luggage package worth $8,000. But said item was allegedly nowhere to be found when the person picked up the car at F40 Motorsports. Though Wayne and his salesman Mike Roberts had apparently promised to solve the issue, the person affirmed that the men hadn't contacted him again, leaving no option but to send them a legal notice. By the time this person posted their message on the forum, they were 1 week away from filing a lawsuit against Wayne and his business. The person reporting this case also described Wayne as a classless dealer and alleged that his business was a fraud. However, the issue was apparently solved not long after that, when Wayne sent the luggage package to the car owner. While this case could have been a misunderstanding, it's also worth noting that the identity of the person posting this information is unknown, and that leaves plenty of room to not trust the source. However, it's up to everyone to believe it if it's true or not. Wayne Carini has an estimated net worth of $20 million, resulting from his decades-long career as a car dealer, and his less extensive but just as impressive career as a TV personality. He owns several businesses in the automotive industry, starting with F40 Motorsports, a company specializing in buying and selling classic cars. There's also Continental Auto Limited, focusing on repairing high-end cars, including those which fit into the exotic category, such as sports cars. Carini Carozzeria is the place where car repairs and restorations take place. Last but not least, there's Carini Consulting, a management consulting agency which is much less well known than Wayne's other businesses. On top of that, it's fair to assume Wayne made money out of his TV show and from the merchandise listed on his website, Wayne Carini TV. All in all, Wayne Carini has had a very profitable journey when it comes to cars, to the point that his success has by far overshadowed the controversies thrown his way. Well, what do you, the armchair aficionado, think of all that? Is Wayne Carini as honest, clean, and cultured as the series would have you believe? Was the case simply thrown in as added interest, or is there some basis to the lawsuit? Certainly, the figures, exchanges, and machinations are somewhat mind-boggling to the average person watching. So, is all that simply to retain the viewer's interest, a lot about nothing? It doesn't seem to have implicated his wealth at all. So put on your detective's cap and tell us what you think. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.